Hi, I'm Sarah.
I'm Drew.
And I'm Emma.
Tonight, we're here with another family review for Let's Table It. Tonight, we're talking about something a little heavier, a little different than we've done before, but we're really excited about it. The game is
Furnace.
It was designed by Ivan Lashin.
And it's produced by Arcane Wonders. Let's see how it plays. Today we are talking about Furnace, which is an engine building game from Arcane Wonders. Here's how to play. At the beginning of the game, each player will receive a starting factory that gives you your starting resources, as well as your actions that you will have for the rest of the game. I just love the art on these. That's so pretty. Over the course of 4 rounds, there will be an auction to acquire new factories. Each round, you will use bidding chips, 4 being the highest and 1 being the lowest, and players will go around taking turns bidding on the different factories that they'd like to add to their empire. So once we have bid, there are a few rules to bidding. You can never have the same number of chip on the same card, and you can never have the same color of chip on the same card. So in this case, this would be legal for bidding. However, this would not be legal for bidding because there are 2 white chips on the same card. Once everybody has finished bidding, then you resolve the auction. Any player who did not win the card will get the number of resources at the top times the number on their bid chip. So in this case, the red player would get 6 coal because there is 2 coal at the top, and then they can get that times 3. The white player would then take the card and add it to their factory. In this case, the yellow player would be able to trade a bar of iron for an oil barrel 1 time because that was the bid, and the white player would again get this factory. After the auction phase has completed, you move on to the production phase. Each round, you will be able to produce anything you are able to on the bottom part of your cards, but you must do all of 1 card before moving on to the next. You can't, for example, do this top action and then come over to this card and then come back and do your next action on this card. It is all or nothing. You will also, through these upgrade tokens, be given the opportunity to upgrade your factories. So in this case, this factory will give you 2 coal, but if you upgrade it, you can now turn your bars of steel into money, which is the victory points at the end. So you want to be able to do that as much as possible. In Furnace, it feels like a really slow start, but by the time you hit that 4th turn, you really are controlling 8 to 10 factories and trying to figure out what order to do all of your actions in. And it's just a really fun puzzle trying to figure out the best way to make the most money. So, what did we think?
I thought that it was a good game because you just gotta build your engine right from the start and pay attention to what you can get.
Yeah, you have to really think about those cards that you're bidding on, if it's something that's going to work with what you have, or if you should just pass on that one. I personally really liked that in that auction, you will get something no matter what. Even if you lose the bid, you won't get the card, but you will get some resources, which sometimes is actually what you wanted out of the card. You didn't actually want to get the card.
Yeah, so you could play your one and definitely not get the card.
Yeah, I think it gives a lot of ability to run that engine, but I like the fact that you can't go in with a preconceived idea of exactly what you're going to get because you just don't know what cards are going to come out at any given time. And you kind of have to jerry-rig how that engine is going to go. Sometimes it's just not there, but you can find workarounds almost all the time.
Yeah.
And I liked, when we have played just 2, I've liked doing the Automa where you have a 3rd kind of dummy player that is also bidding. That kind of makes it not so much a duel, but there's some extra variability in there as well.
Yeah, and it's a well done and really a pretty elegant Automa. You don't have to think too much about the Automa and how it's going to function. You're still, running your own game more than anything.
Okay, well, were there any negatives for anybody?
I didn't like that some of the bits were a bit hard to do, like the powers. So, like, we didn't play with the powers.
Yes. And honestly, we didn't play with the powers on our first game either.
Yep.
We decided to just keep it simple. Emma has played it once, and I think the box says 10 plus, 12 plus, something like that. Emma's 9. But I think it's simple enough to really catch on to, and then add in things as you go.
Yeah.
So, a negative for me was the component quality. I thought those resource markers could have been a little bit nicer, along with, you always want nicer coins, and so we actually have already upgraded our coins for Furnace, even though we've only had it for a few weeks, but it has definitely become a family favorite already, so we know we want the nicer components for it.
Yeah, like you said, with the components a little bit, but at least with a game that, with the price point it has, it's an easy one to justify if it's hitting the table, justify those upgrades. So.
And it definitely has hit the table for us. We don't usually table the same game a couple times in a week, but this Furnace has been 2-3 times in a week, and we haven't even touched the expansion yet. So we are excited to see what else Furnace has to offer for us, and I think that's the mark of a really good game, when you just can't wait to get it back to the table. You can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
So that's been really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any last thoughts?
Not really. I think it's a good game overall, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's definitely become a big hit in our household. So definitely Anderson family approved.
Yeah, it's a great light to medium weight engine building game that really plays quick too.
Okay, well, we have been the Andersons with Let's Table It. You can find us on Instagram at Sarah Always Loses. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to Let's Table It. We have loved doing these family reviews for you.